Hey, what's up guys, it's Team here, and in this video I want to talk to you about customer retention, specifically how to keep your one-time e-commerce customers coming back to buy from you without burning extra money on meta ads, running more sales promotions, and without just sending more email plus SMS campaigns. So if you are currently a brand owner and you want to increase your retention rate, your repeat revenue, I'm pretty sure you'll find some value out of this video. Here's a little bit about me. So my name is Seem. I'm a retention marketer for e-commerce brands. I also operate a retention marketing newsletter called The Sequence, which goes out every Friday. And I'm also an official Klaviyo, Omnisend, and Shopify partner. So does this sound like your e-commerce business? So chances are if you clicked on this video, you have high customer acquisition costs, meaning you're not first sale profitable or you're barely breaking even. You're getting beat by competitor brands who can afford a lower return on ad spend in Meta, and you want to reduce customer churn, become more profitable, but you just don't know how. Or maybe you have implemented some retention strategies, maybe you're sending some email plus SMS already, but you're just not seeing the results that you want. So I'm going to be sharing some tactics, some actionable steps which you can take to start increasing your repeat customer revenue. So the first thing that I want you to understand is that running a Shopify brand or any type of e-commerce store is naturally a very high churn business. Meaning if you look at this graph over here, then you can see that for every 100 customers that an average e-commerce brand acquires, they can only retain about 25 to 35% of customers who will come back for that second purchase. Now, this is not like you're not selling software. This is not SaaS where you see retention rates up to 85 to 90% and even more. And the more you go through the customer lifecycle, the less customers will keep buying from you. So only 13 to 15 buyers on average will make that third purchase. 5 to 9 will make that fourth purchase. 3 to 5% of 100 customers will become loyal and make that fifth purchase, and so on. The first thing that I want you to do is to calculate your current customer repeat rate. So the way I like to do it is just take the number of customers moving from the first purchase stage to the second purchase stage. So what you can do here is you can go back 12 months and take a period of 6 months and see how many customers you converted into a second purchase back then. So if your current retention rate is below 20%, then chances are you need a lot of improvement, whether that's in your marketing, your product strategy, or your acquisition strategy. 21 to 25% is below average. 26 to 30% is good, but you can still improve. And anything above 31 to 40% and above is great. Like if you can achieve those numbers in your repeat customer repeat rate, then you know you are doing a great job with customer retention. So retention starts way before the first purchase. And this is important because the earlier you start to think about retention holistically, rather than just seeing it as email plus SMS campaigns, the more customers you're going to retain. So here I have listed 7 retention success variables. These are essentially the biggest variables that determine your ability to retain customers. So the first one is product category, essentially what you sell. Acquisition strategy, product quality, assortment, price, customer experience, and lastly we have post-purchase marketing. We're going to be having a look at these all one by one. So the first one is product category, and as unfortunate as that sounds, what you sell already determines a lot of your ability to retain customers. So an example I can give here is a customer who has a very extensive morning routine, and during their ritual they probably go through dozens of different beauty products and supplements. So essentially, as a brand owner, what you want to think about is, can you fit your product into someone's daily routine? Because if you can, and the person likes your product, then you're already giving them a reason to come back for a second purchase. So that means some of the most retention friendly products are your supplements, your beauty products, makeup, CPG, for example, like coffee or energy drinks or something like that. Anything that is replenishable and the customer has to consume almost every day. Second is acquisition strategy. So the question you want to ask yourself is, are you able to attract high quality leads? Essentially, you want to have an acquisition offer that attracts high customer lifetime value customers. So this requires a little bit of A/B testing. You want to find out an acquisition offer. For example, you can offer a bundle, you can offer a discount, you can offer a free gift, and see which of these acquisition offers attracts people that are then going on to buy again from you later. This requires a little bit of A/B testing, a little bit of analysis, but it's something that if you figure out, it will also help you a lot in your retention strategy. Product quality. So this is all about asking yourself and being honest, like, is your product actually good? Are customers raving about your products? Are they leaving 5-star reviews? And also, are you delivering on your marketing promises? So if you answered no to any of these questions, then the retention advice that I have for you is just to create a better product. Because especially if you are going out there marketing a product that is maybe not that good, or you're over promising in your meta ads and you're hyping up the customer to buy, then naturally they are going to have high expectations. And if you disappoint them, then naturally they're not going to come back for a second purchase. Here's a meme over here that puts this into perspective. Like, what we order online and what we receive are completely two different things. This is also something that dropshippers tend to do. So they market really aggressively. They even sometimes make false promises just to get the customer to make that first purchase. They don't have any influence over like the product strategy and the fulfillment itself. So a lot of retention also comes down to, do you have anything else to sell the customer wants to buy? And if you're, for example, if you're selling supplements, or if you're in fashion, or if you're in CPG, can you offer the same item in a different color, flavor, or material? Or if you are selling like a device which is non-replenishable, can you create a low ticket replenishable item to complement your main product? No matter how good is your marketing, you're just not gonna get a customer to buy a second scooter or a second blender because they just don't need it. So here are some examples of brands who have different product strategies. So for example, Autobrush here sells U-shaped electric toothbrushes on the front end, and on the back end they sell a replenishable toothpaste, which attracts the customer to come back. New Tonic is a productivity drink. They sell it on the front end with different flavors, and on the back end they also these creatine packets. And notice both of these products are like replenishable, and it fits into your daily routine. Then Death Wish Coffee, they sell a one type of coffee flavor as the front end product, and then on the back end you can also try different other flavors. So when you're thinking about this front end and back end offer system for your own e-commerce brand, on the front end you want to put a product that is your best seller, that is the product that is most likely to acquire you a customer, and then on the back end you can start cross-selling them other stuff, preferably items that are replenishable. But if you can't, then you can also sell other low ticket items that complement the main product. The fifth variable is price. And what this means is that although your wealthy customers will always be your best customers because they just have more spending power, the more expensive your item is, the less people can afford to buy from you again. So if you're selling luxury, then there's just a lot less people who can justify $1,500 purchase versus a $150 purchase. So for example, if you can sell like a $100 item on Meta, it's much easier for you to take that customer from being completely unaware to the conversion stage, and they don't need any extra education or anything like that. Sixth one is customer experience. So it only takes one bad experience for the customer to never want to buy from you again. So some questions that you want to ask yourself here is, how long does it take to ship your item? So for example, if someone orders from you and they're excited to receive their item, but it takes you 5 working days to ship your product out of the factory, then that's obviously not ideal for customer retention. Also, is the packaging nice? Does it arrive on time and in good condition? Is your customer support actually responsive? Are customers talking to a human or a chatbot? If you answered no to these questions, then you're gonna have a lot of Karens in your customer reviews who will be just leaving bad reviews and spreading the bad word about your brand, which again, really has an impact on your customer retention rates. And the final one is post-purchase marketing. So these involve your email campaigns, your SMS campaigns, your meta retargeting ads. And essentially what you want to do is you want to figure out when customers come back for a second purchase on average. You can use tools like RetentionX or Lifetimely to do that. Why this is so important is because this unlocks a lot of things for you in your post-purchase marketing. So for example, if I know that on average, the first-time buyer usually comes back for a second purchase within day 21, then I know that within the first 3 weeks, that is kind of my window to convert them to a second purchase, which means I really want to be aggressive with my post-purchase marketing. Like for example, your email flow, what you can do is you can sell your customers more of what they already bought. That's usually the most simplest way to convert someone to make a second purchase. Usually what you want to do here is, or avoid doing, is avoid cross-category selling. Just for a person who has just bought from you once, you really want to offer them either the same thing or the same item in a different color or in a different flavor. And here you want to double your current marketing inputs. So if you're currently sending 5 email campaigns and 2 SMSs in your post-purchase marketing, can you send 10 emails and 4 SMS campaigns in your post-purchase marketing flow? And notice this only works if you have a great product and you have your acquisition offer in place. Some of the offer ideas which work well is a percentage discount. So I would say at least 20% off. Or a dollar discount with a minimum AOV. Or if you're dealing with a customer who likes to spend much, or like wealthy customers, then you can also offer them like a buy more, save more type of deal. For example, let's say the customer bought a white t-shirt as their first purchase, and then in the second purchase, you can offer them the same t-shirt in a navy color and maybe offer them 20% off. Second brand here is, for example, if you're selling protein bars and the customer buys a bundle as your acquisition offer, can you offer them their favorite flavor with a discount code? And then thirdly, here is a brand that sells like mouth tapes for sleep. So for example, if you're selling one of these replenishable supplements, then as a second purchase, can you offer them more of what they already bought, but offer them like a yearly supply or a 6-month supply at a big discount code? So this is one of those buy more, save more type of deals. So the last exercise that I have for you is to try and think about which brands have you bought from in the past 3 months. And you can pause this video and take time to think about it. And really the point here is that to be memorable in e-commerce, you either really have to be amazing or really shit. Because otherwise, no one is going to remember to buy from you again. And you can be, your product has to be great, and also your post-purchase marketing has to be amazing here as well. Some of the key takeaways that I want you to take from this video is that what you sell and the quality of what you sell already determines your ability to retain customers. So in other words, if your product currently sucks, my main advice to you is just to create a better product if you want to retain more customers. Otherwise, you can deliver an outstanding customer experience the first 30 days post-purchase, give timely shipping updates, send an order confirmation email, make it really personal, make it from the founder. And the key here is also you need to have something else to sell that the customer wants to actually buy. And the main thing is your inputs control your outputs. So what you put into retention, you're going to get out of it. And the more strategically you start to think about retention, the more customers you're going to retain eventually. So that's it. I hope this video was useful. There's a link in the description if you want to subscribe to my newsletter and get similar insights. And yeah, other than that, that's it. And I'll see you in the next video.